G'day, Aaron here, Rustic Traders, Brisbane, Australia. Here to show off another bike, as we do each week. One that I just got, and something that doesn't show up in Australia much is a Schwinn bicycle. And I call it a real Schwinn because this is one of the made in America Schwinns, pre-1960. Schwinn is still around. You seem to still be able to buy them. You must be able to get them on the Gold Coast somewhere because they seem to turn up there. They are in the vintage style, but are modern, whereas this one is actually a vintage one. So what I can find out about this is that Schwinn Cruiser is the model. I thought possibly it was a Typhoon, Schwinn Typhoon, but this one says Schwinn Cruiser, and it actually says Schwinn Cruiser on the tires as well. And I remember having a Schwinn Typhoon where it said Typhoon on the tires. So I'm going to go with these are the original Schwinn tires, and it's a Schwinn Cruiser. So we've got the classic head badge, Chicago. So this is a sign of a real one. Blade forks. They look normal from the side, but from the front they are a blade fork, very thin, not hollow tubing. The key factor is the serial number. That's where you find the serial number on a Schwinn, on a real Schwinn. And there's a database online which you can look up serial numbers. And this one's dated 1958. So it's a good old one. Now this one popped up for sale on Marketplace as Schwinns do. But the reason I went for this one, because I could tell it was real. Now how you tell here, where the bars meet the head tube, on your modern day ones they are welded. You can see welds, whereas on the real ones, I call them, it's actually brazed. It's a smoothed off braze, so the bars will come in and then flange out, and there's no visible weld there. If we sanded that back, there's a brass weld which is called a braze, so they are brazed on there. Seeing those photos of that online, straight away I thought this is the real deal. This is a real Schwinn. So it seems to be largely original Typhoon tires. We've got the original Schwinn seat here, of course the original chain guard. Pedals I don't know about, I think they're possibly more modern. The stem on these is a very popular stem. It's called Ashtabula, which if you're into BMXing, you know the Ashtabula gear for mongooses and other Chicago American made bikes are very desirable. The Ashtabula for BMX, the stem looks exactly the same, and the forks are a blade fork as well and say Ashtabula. Possibly these forks are made by Ashtabula as well. I'm not certain on that. Now these guys run a 26-inch wheel. You know, they sort of called them a balloon tire, if you've heard that term, because they were like a fat tire, 26-inch. But the earlier ones were even more balloon. If you've seen movies like the Clunkers, where they started taking these old Schwinns off the sides of mountains, which was the birth of mountain biking, they had the balloon tires as well because they were the greatest traction. Nice bike. Original condition as far as I can tell. Possibly had some decals on it, like a Schwinn decal down here and probably a model up here. Also, just another thing, if you're into old school BMXs, you'll know the USA bottom bracket. Single piece crank like BMXs and your oversized bottom bracket. Your modern day one and modern day BMXs have a European size bottom bracket. This is what we always called the USA bottom bracket. Come up with the mountain there. I don't think CSMX, I doubt that's original. CSMX, that's more likely to be BMX. It does have a horn on here as well. The horn is completely broken and not functioning, but I'm sure it was good back in the day for getting people out of the way. You squeeze that and honk or made a noise like that. Completely broken and probably much later than the bike is, but hey, it's on there, so I'll leave it on there. And someone has replaced the grips. They put BMX grips on there, and like more modern day grips, it just seems to turn to grease. If you leave that out in the sun, that's just going to become soft grease. If you're into bikes like I am, sometimes you got to grab one, you grab the grip and it's just turned into grease. I think that's your modern day petrochemical rubber. They're not actually rubber anymore from the rubber tree. It's made from petrochemicals. So in the sunlight, it just turns to grease, just goes yuck. Still got what I'd say is the original mudguards. It probably would have been chrome back in the day, but after 60 something years, the chrome has disappeared, just like it is on the rims, still there. This one popped up for sale in Brisbane. They hardly ever do. Getting them from the States at the moment is just so ridiculously expensive. Australian dollar is weak, plus shipping from over there, very expensive. And again, it's all American dollars. So to find one of these in Australia at what I consider to be a decent price is a great find. So one for the collection. I'll be hanging on to this. And yeah, great bike. Hope you enjoyed seeing the Schwinn. Stay tuned.